Hello everybody, Board Game Lawyer here, and happy release day. We know that September the 22nd, 2023 is the release date for a couple of brand new hero packs from Fantasy Flight Games for Marvel Champions. And so I've already done one unboxing video so far of Angel. So I thought I'd go ahead and do a follow-up video, an unboxing of the new hero Psylocke. All right. So let's take a look and see what's inside this pack today. Now stick around to the end of my video today because I have a contest that I'm going to announce for viewers of my channel. If you watch the Angel playthrough video, you'll probably get a kind of a hint or an idea of what that contest is going to include. But yeah, stick around the end of the video today. Got some prizes to give away. Alright, so let's get into Psylocke here. The most challenging part always is getting that box open, right? Okay, so we go immediately for the rules usually. And let's take a look and see if there's any special rules in here for Psylocke. Brand new hero kit. So let's see what the flavor here is. It says a powerful telepath and skilled martial artist, Psylocke cleaves her enemy's mind with her psionic knives just as easily as her katanas cut through their armor. Psylocke developed strong bonds with her fellow mutants when she trained with the X-Men. Now she risks her life to protect them as a member of X-Force. So there's some new cards in here that aren't included, new card types that aren't included in the core box. That's usually what they add in the additional rules here. So we have a player side scheme. Also, piercing, range, team up, and victory X. All of these are keywords that we've seen recently if you've been following Marvel Champions for any length of time. So, let's take a look at the poster. Generally, it mirrors that of the front cover of the box. So, nice, and it just so happens to match my playmat here today, right? So, all right, Psylocke. Let's get into our hero kit here. All right, so we've got the usual cigarette-style plastic to remove. Not that I'd ever know. I've never smoked, but I've seen it on television. All right. Oh, and it's going to be, I know this is making for great television. But in this case, the plastic wants to come off a little piece at a time. Let's get out the heavy artillery. All right. Thank you, old-timer pocket knife. Now we are into the cards. So here's our hero, Psylocke. She has a thwart of 1. And she's got a little star next to the 1. She also has a 1 with a star next to it for the attack. Defense is 2 with a star next to it. She is a hero. Psi Energy Control. So here's the star. Interrupt. When you use one of Psylocke's basic powers... Boy, hot to handle. Thwart, attack, or defense. Flip 1 Psi Energy Upgrade. Flip 1 Psi Energy Upgrade. Okay. So I guess there's going to be flippable cards. There are flippable cards. I wonder how many of those are in the kit. All right, so that's the special. She's psionic. Oh, good. And X-Force. On her alter ego side, Betsy Braddock, she says that she, in her alter ego form, has psionic manifestation. Set up, put your 2 Psi energy upgrades into play. Psi knife, side up. Face up. Action. Exhaust 1 Psi energy upgrade. Exhaust 1 psionic card from your discard pile into your deck. Shuffle 1 psionic card from your discard pile into your deck. Okay, so there's a little bit of layers here. So this is good. Always like thinky, decision-making heroes. So apparently she's going to be one of them. Now I purposefully avoid a lot of spoilers, and so I don't know much about what's in her kit or what her aspect is that she comes with today. So that's Psylocke. That's her hero ability. We'll put that off to the side, and hopefully things will begin to make more sense as we work our way through her hero kit today. I'm just going to kind of thumb through and see if there's any other double-sided cards besides those knives there. So here's the Psy knife and the Psy katana. It looks like these are both the same card, basically. And again, I'm just kind of flipping through to see if there's any other double-sided cards, because I'll have to get a sleeve, a clear sleeve, to go over other double-sided cards. So it doesn't look like there's any more necessarily throughout the course of her deck. So double-sided cards require clear classic sleeves, my Dragon Shield sleeves. I hear these are hard to come by nowadays too. What isn't? Okay, so I'll need a couple of those. I'm just going to sleeve as I go, because my hope is that I can get a game in tonight with both Angel and Psylocke. So I'll just be sleeving these as I go. Why not? Here's her Psy knife. It's a permanent ability. Psylocke gets +1 thwart. Hero resource. Exhaust Psy knife. Generate a mental resource. You may flip this card. This is great. Oh, this is great. Good way to start the game. And it's a Psy energy weapon. Permanent. Okay. It doesn't say anything about restricted, though. On the other side is Psy katana, which is also an upgrade. Psy energy weapon. Permanent, and that is restricted. So I have to pay attention to that. Psylocke gets +1 attack, and her basic attacks gain piercing. +1 attack, basic attacks gain piercing. Hero resource, exhaust Psy katana, generate a fist resource. You may flip this card. Okay, this is going to be good. This looks like it's going to be a fun hero to play with already. I'm just this many cards in, and I'm already looking at some things that I'm liking. Psy knife. All right, so we'll set those over here by her, and let's work our way now through the hero kit and the aspect cards. All right, so we've got Angel. Angel is our first one. It's an ally. It's a signature ally. Has a thwart of 1, attack of 2, response after you play Angel from your hand. Ready your identity. Okay, so a good way to get Psylocke readied is with the Angel. Flurry of Blades. How many of these does she have? She's got 1, 2. She's got a flurry of them, so it makes sense. It's an event. Attack psionic. Hero action. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. For each Psy knife you control, choose an enemy and confuse it. For each Psy katana you control, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. Okay. Nice. Again, choices. That's what we like. We like to play a game that's kind of puzzly and gives us choices. And so far it looks like she may just be leaning towards that. Okay, so Mental Detection is her next card. And it is a thwart ability. Psionic Thwart, hero action, event, cost 2. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. For each Psy knife you control, remove 2 additional threat from that scheme. For each Psy katana you control, draw a card. Wow. Removing threat, drawing cards. And she's got 3 of those. 3 mental detections. Psionic Redirect is her next card. It's a defense ability. You don't get too many defense cards in hero kits, right? At least, not that I noticed. Not so much. Psionic Redirect event 2. Hero interrupt defense. When you would take any amount of damage from an enemy attack, prevent 2 of that damage. For each Psy katana you control, prevent 2 additional damage. For each Psy knife you control, confuse that enemy. Wow. So we get 2 of those. 2 of those. Defense cards. Next we have Telepathic Suggestion. We have 1, 2 of those. It is a psionic card. Hero Interrupt. When you reveal a card from the encounter deck, cancel its when revealed effects. For each Psi Katana you control, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. For each Psi Knife you control, choose a scheme and remove 1 threat from it. Choose. Lots of choosing. Imagine playing her and Gamora together on the table. All right, training regimen. We've got one of those. That's a support. Exhaust training regimen. Search your deck for a skill card and add it to your hand. If you are in hero form, discard 1 card from your hand. All right, so exhaust training regimen. Search your deck for a skill card, add it to your hand, shuffle. If you are in hero form, discard 1 card from your hand. So an alter ego action that nets you an additional card, one that you've gone in and you've gone and found. Nice. Okay, so now next we have martial arts training. It's an upgrade. It's a skill. Psylocke gets +1 defense. After Psylocke defends against an attack, discard martial arts training and ready Psylocke. So it's a ready card that gives you +1 defense. Psionic training is an upgrade. It's also a skill. Psylocke ignores the guard and patrol keywords. Heal response after Psylocke thwarts. Discard psionic training and confuse an enemy. All right, so she's got some upgrades. And not very expensive upgrades. This one costs 2. It's weapons training. Psylocke gains retaliate of 1. Force response. After Psylocke attacks, discard weapons training. Ready each weapon upgrade you control. Ready each weapon upgrade you control. Okay. And that's another upgrade. It stays on the table. Get me a little drink here. So we made our way to our aspect cards. Aspect cards begin with, so we're in Justice. Captain Britain is our first ally. He costs 4. He has a thwart of 3, an attack of 3, takes 2 consequential damage, and he has health of 3. He's Ariel and Excalibur. Okay, Excalibur. Captain Britain takes -1 consequential damage after he thwarts a side scheme or attacks a minion. So as long as he doesn't go after the main scheme or the main villain, -1 consequential damage. I like that. That's clever. We have Cypher, who costs 2, has a thwart of 1, attack of 1. The attack has a response. After Cypher attacks and damages a confused enemy, draw a card. Attacks and damages a confused enemy. Draw a card. X-Force. He's a member of. Okay, so it looks like there's just 2 allies in the aspects. We'll have to see if they give us many basic allies. Now we have Concussive Blow, which is a hero action. We probably get 3 of these, because yeah, now we're into the 3 ofs. It is an event, hero action, attack. Confuse an enemy. If you paid for this card using a fist resource, deal 3 damage to that enemy. Concussive Blow, we've seen that one before, right? Concussive Blow. Confuse an enemy. If you pay with a fist, deal 3 damage to the enemy. So that is a familiar card. That is a reprint. We've seen that one before. Quite certain. Quite certain. All right, Upside the Head. Upside the Head is the next card. It's an event. It's a skill. It is a hero response. After your hero makes a basic attack and damages an enemy, confuse that enemy. If that enemy is already confused, stun it instead. I like it. That's a 1 cost Upside the Head. Basic attack confuses. If it's confused, now it's done. So you just give it this kind of roundhouse, right? Especially if you play a couple of these, right? Boom, boom. All right, Upside the Head. Got 3 of those. All right, so here's our player side scheme, a new card type as of this most recent campaign box. Lay the Trap has a victory of 0, cost 1 to put out. When defeated, the player who defeated the scheme deals 5 damage to the villain. I like that one. Weighted damage when you're playing in Injustice. So, yep, always look for damage cards. This one only costs 1 to put out, so it's 1 for 5 damage. You're already removing threat anyway, probably, so I like it. Lay the Trap. That's a good one. 5 damage. All right, Float Like a Butterfly is our next one. I wonder if they have... I just have to look. Nope. Disappointing. Float Like a Butterfly. Upgrade. Cost 2. Skill. Play under any player's control. Max 1 per player. Interrupt. When a character you control attacks a confused enemy, increase the amount of damage that attack deals to that enemy by 1. So you build a confused deck. And you can float like a butterfly. And you can do extra damage. I guess that's the sting, right? Sting like a bee. Yeah. All right, we get 3 copies of that kindly. You don't have to go buying extra packs to get a full set. That's nice the way they do that. Pete Wisdom is a basic ally. He has a thwart of 3, an attack of 2. Play only if your identity has the X-Force trait response. After you resolve the when revealed effects of a treachery card, heal 1 damage from Pete Wisdom. Cool. I like it. All right, Directed Force, 3 copies of that, no doubt. Yep, it's an event. So here we go, Hero Interrupt. Drop the card. All right, Hero Interrupt, event, 0 cost, Hero Interrupt. When your hero makes an attack that has a keyword, overkill, piercing, or ranged, that attack deals 2 additional damage. Love it. Oh, I can think of some folks who might like that one. Piercing, overkill, ranged, deals 2 additional damage for that event. It's just 2 damage for 0, so it's like you're spending a card. But hey, if you got it, use it. Directed Force. Okay, Soaring Hearts. We saw a copy of that card in the Angel kit. It is a team-up card, Angel and Psylocke, max 1 per deck. Hero action, search your discard pile for an identity-specific upgrade, add it to your hand, and ready Angel and Psylocke. Okay. So, gave thoughts earlier on team-up cards. I play mainly solo. They just don't have the punch in a solo game that they do in a multiplayer game. But a multiplayer game, yeah, there you go. Soaring Hearts. Power of the Mind, we saw this in Cable's starter deck. Double the number of resources this card generates when paying for a psionic card. So apparently psionic is becoming one of my favorite keywords. So, and I really like this. I really like this resource for that. And it's mental, no doubt. All right. IPAC is play only if your identity has the X-Force trait, hero action, exhaust IPAC, and deal 1 face-down encounter card to a player. That player draws 2 cards. Okay. Exhaust IPAC, deal 1 face-down encounter card to a player. That player draws 2 cards. So it's a support. X-Men, X-Force traded. Get you extra cards. Risk, reward. Next we have the support. That is the X-Bunker. Location, X-Force. Action, exhaust X-Bunker and choose a player whose identity has the mutant trait. That player searches the top cards of their deck for any card where X is the number of side schemes in the victory display and adds that card to their hand. Love it. Right. Good card. X bunker. It's going in my cable deck. Telepathy. We have, what, 3 copies of telepathy? Yep. And they are as follows. Play only if your identity has the psionic trait. Max 1 per player. Hero action. Exhaust telepathy and spend 2 mental resources. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Upgrade that removes threat from a scheme. Spending mental resources. So if you're extra mental, and you can remove threat. Sounds about right. Alright, body swapped. So we made it now to our obligation. That is the entirety, the 40 cards that make up Psylocke's deck. Let's see. So there are 17 cards in her hero kit. So 2 of them are the Psy Knife. So chances are we probably will have less of an aspect as we get into the extra cards after the treachery cards. But let's take a look at the obligation here. Body swapped. Give the Betsy Braddock player. You cannot flip your Psy Katana upgrades. When revealed, flip each of your Psy energy upgrades to its Psy Katana side and exhaust it. Alright, alter ego action. Discard 1 psionic card from your hand. Discard this obligation. Okay, so bring the psionic. And that gets the black sleeves. Blue sleeves are on the hero cards. Black sleeves on the obligation and the encounter cards. Psylocke's nemesis is Chimera. She is a marauder who is psionic. She has a scheme of 1, attack of 1, force interrupt. When Chimera activates against you, she gets +1 scheme and +1 attack for this activation. X is a number of mental resources on cards you control. All right, Chimera. Her side scheme reads, when revealed, place 1 threat here for each upgrade in play. Oh, so you get a bunch of upgrades out. Here we go. Putting a bunch of threat onto this side scheme. 3 boost icons. Comes into play with 2, but no doubt you're going to have these upgrades on the table, so it's going to be at least 4, right? Especially if you get it first turn. All right, psionic illusion. Attached to your identity. When you attack an enemy, name a resource type, then discard the top card of your deck. If that card does not have a resource of the name type, change the target of this attack to a friendly character of your choice and discard this card. Attached to your identity. When you attack an enemy, name a resource type. Discard it from your deck. If it doesn't match, change the target of the attack to a friend. You can attack your own character. All right. I can't wait to hear what the critical encounter guys think about that one. Do you get more than 1? Oh, you just get 1. 1 illusion, I guess that's all they could afford you. So, telekinetic dragon. Okay, we got a dragon. When revealed, take X indirect damage, where X is the number of mental resources on cards you control. If X is 0, this card gains Surge. Okay. Nice. The boost says choose to either spend a mental resource or confuse your identity. And we get 2 of these dragons. Okay. So we've reached the end of the player cards and the encounter cards in the hero kit. Now we stop and we take a look at the extras that they kindly add. So there's our deck. All right, and let's take, we won't sleeve these, we'll just kind of take a look at these one by one. So the Psybo attack is a psionic attack. Play only if your hero has the psionic trait. Hero action, deal 4 damage to an enemy. This attack gains ranged. Psybo attack. All right, so we got 3 of those. Not to be confused with Tybo attack. for all you Tyboers out there. All right, so Domino is our next one. We just got one copy of a leadership card, so it is an ally. I like that. It has a thwart of 1, attack of 2. It has a response on both. After you use one of Domino's basic powers, swap a card in your hand with the top card of your deck. Okay, so kind of harkens back to the campaign box. Domino in there. Psy, Flail, Strike. Attack, Psionic. Play only if your identity has the Psionic trait. Hero response: after you defend against an enemy attack, deal 3 damage to that enemy and stun it. Nice, for 2. So nice attack card and protection when you defend. Think of, but you can only use it if you have the Psionic trait. So we're kind of limited to who we can use that with, but we're talking like Phoenix maybe and Cable. Naturally Psylocke. I need to see if there's any other Psionic. I haven't taken note lately. Upgrade Telekinesis. Play only if your identity has the Psionic trait. Max 1 per player. Exhaust Telekinesis. Spend 2 mental resources. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. And there you have it. And there you are. That is all of the cards in the Psylocke's Hero Kit. I am much more excited to play Psylocke now that I've got a chance to really look at the cards. Like I said, I don't typically spoil too much for myself, but I'm really liking the looks of these cards. Looks like there's a lot of choices, a lot of fun things you can do, and I do like that new focus here lately on the Psionic trait. So we'll see what we can do with her in a constructed deck, but I'm going to play through with, in my Precon Alley series, I'll be playing both Angel and Psylocke here in the next day or so. So anyway, I told you that at the end of our video that we'd have a giveaway. So in the Angel video that I did the unboxing, I gave away a copy of Angel. So I'm going to give away, I got an extra copy of Psylocke here for a viewer. All you need to do between now and next Friday is just post in the comments down below what you like about Psylocke. Maybe there's something about her hero kit. Maybe there's something in her aspect cards that she's got. And maybe there's, for what reason are you excited to play with this new hero? And if you've already played with her, what did you like about it? Did you have fun playing with Psylocke? Hopefully you did. And you can include that in the comments down below, and I'll just kind of take inventory of all the different comments. We'll do 1 entry per viewer there, and then I'll do a drawing next week. And hopefully if you haven't got a chance to get these yet, then now you'll have it, compliments of my channel. So that's a gift from me. Hopefully you win, and we'll do a drawing next week to see who ends up with a brand new Psylocke Hero Pack. So please comment down below, like and subscribe. I know I'm probably not the best content creator ever, maybe the worst, but I do have a huge passion for this game, Marvel Champions, and I like to make content on it as well. It's what's inspired me to actually break out and make content. Always watched content creators, never really dipped my toe in until Marvel Champions came along, and this is just fun for me. So thanks for watching if you did. If you stuck around to the end, if you don't mind, pop over to the Griffons Lair. I'll put a link in the notes down below. They've given me a 15% off coupon to share with my viewers, and I'll give you a link in the comments down below to see how you can save some money by making purchases over at the Griffons Lair. They do have Marvel Champions, and that's where I go now to buy my stuff. And it was especially helpful this time because I don't have a brick and mortar store nearby that is able to get content the day that it releases, and for some reason that's exciting to me, to be able to get content the day it releases. Sometimes it's weeks out before we see it here locally, so unfortunately I have to kind of go out of state, but fortunately there's some really good stores out there like the Griffons Lair, and they put a high priority on getting the content out quickly, so that's important to many players, I know. So anyway, thanks for watching my video today, and I'll hope to bring you some playthrough videos here very soon. So thanks friends for watching. Take care.